Krishna, Balarama, and Dhenuka. Krishna continued to have adventures with his brother and friends in the woodlands of Vrindavana. He was now 6 years old and could tend cows as well. Until now, he'd only been looking after the calves. Him and his friends sure were excited enough to take the cattle to the pasture. They carried with them flutes and horns and guiding sticks and lots of other things they could have fun with. Every day, the Lord and the other cowherd boys packed on their shoulders a long stick with a bundle at the end, full of goodies in their lunch. Krishna would point to them interesting things about the trees or bushes or birds or small animals, and the boys would listen with love. Then, they too would try to point out something even more interesting. It would soon become a contest as to who showed the most interesting sight that day. The winner would get a special feather as a trophy. One day, Krishna spoke about the trees of Vrindavana and said, "Look at these trees. Don't they seem to graciously bend down and offer flowers?" The boys agreed. Another said, "Look at the bees buzzing. They seem to sing the glories of someone special." The boy next to the Lord said, "Whose glories might they be?" and looked at the Lord out of the corner of his eye with a beautiful smile. Another teased, "I know. They must be giving a special message from a special someone. She surely adores that someone here." All the boys laughed, watching if the Lord blushed or protested. The boys said they noticed the way the peacocks danced and the deer glanced at the Lord. Krishna said they were doing that for Balarama. Balarama said they were doing that for the other boys. Krishna then suddenly started walking like an elephant. The boys took the clue and started imitating their favorite animals. The funniest was that of a rabbit. They loved the way the boy twitched his nose and bent one of the fingers on the hands that he put on his head to look like the long ears of the rabbit. So the boys went about the woodlands. After lunch and more play, they got hungry again and wondered what to do. Sridhama said, "Krishna, Balarama, there's a large grove nearby. No one dares to go there, even though there are many fruits for everyone and still more." Another friend said, "I smell some delicious fruit," as he smacked his lips and others laughed. Krishna said, "Well, why don't we go there?" Another said, "Oh, that is Dhenuka's haunt. He is very, very powerful and has many more powerful friends and family." Sridhama said, "Well, they cannot be possibly more powerful than our Krishna and Balarama." An older boy said, "Hey, don't provoke Dhenuka and put our Krishna in danger. Dhenuka is a big don with his mafia around him all the time." Balarama said, "I won't let Krishna come in harm's way. I am very powerful." He flexed his muscles while the boys marveled. Krishna said, If Dhenuka isn't allowing others to use the grove, that is bad. He can eat the fruit to his fill, but he can't stop others from enjoying the fruit too. Mother Nature made that for everyone." All the boys agreed and nodded their heads vigorously and said, "That's right, that's right." Krishna said, "Let's check out that grove. Who wants to come?" Everyone wanted to go. So, all the boys set out with the Lord for the grove. Balarama insisted that Krishna stand behind him, away from the scene, and be safe. But Krishna wouldn't listen. Do younger brothers always listen to their older brothers? No way. Balarama shook one of the trees, and fruits fell down in heaps. The boys picked them up and ate some of them. "Oh, it is so delicious," one of them said. A few of the others were collecting some of them in their makeshift baskets to take them home and show off to the ones at home. They went to a few other trees and saw even more fruit. they tasted all the different kinds that they could and were congratulating themselves that it was a great decision to explore the grove after all. Even as they were saying that, they heard a rumbling and a slight trembling of the ground. "An earthquake!" some of them cried. Soon a huge army of Asura in the form of donkeys were around all of them. Dhenuka, their leader, aimed for Balarama right away and kicked him on his chest. That was a very bad idea, don't you think so? Kicking Balarama, of all people. What was Dhenuka even thinking? Having kicked Balarama once, he came to do that again. No learning from his mistakes, huh? Anyway, Balarama caught Dhenuka by his leg and whirled him round and round and round and let him go. Just like that, Dhenuka flew out of Balarama's hand and crashed against a palm tree. The sound was thunderous. The huge tree fell down because of the force with which Balarama threw the Asura at it. As that tree fell on one another, it was uprooted too. Yes, it was a dense grove with all the trees right next to each other. The friends and family of Dhenuka did not appreciate the way he went down, and they all rushed towards the boys. But Krishna and Balarama defeated them all. The Devatas rained flowers from the heaven above in great joy as they celebrated the end of the evil Dhenuka and his goons. Even the Devatas too had been scared of Dhenuka and his gang. Now the grove is open to all thanks to Krishna and Balarama. Jai Krishna, Jai Balarama, the Devatas chanted from above, and the boys chanted from the grove. And Krishna and Balarama grinned boyishly.